Hi guys, Pete and Rox with you today, talking about a crazy subject, past lives, this journey of the soul. We were just like so not on that page just 6 months ago, and some of the lessons we've been able to learn from investigating this are pretty crazy, so stay tuned for more. A lot of the men would be able to relate to this. You go traveling with your lady and all of a sudden there's this pee issue. We need to pee before we leave the house, pee on the way to the airport, get to the airport, pee just after check-in, pee before boarding, the plane gets up, seatbelt sign goes off, got to pee again. So Roxy always had this thing with like nervous, in an uncomfortable situation, she'd go to nervousness or anxiety would flare up. Look, it was not bad, but it was one of these things that, once I got to know her, I was aware of. And it just used to be a thing that we lived with. And I want to let you guys know that now she's a different girl. The anxiety has reduced, I'd say, by 95%. I actually noticed that I don't have to deal with that anymore. And it's quite crazy how just over the last sort of 6 months, she's been able to reduce her anxiety significantly. But the way that it happened, like fully, we chatted about the story, we're going to do a video on this, because it's actually pretty crazy how her anxiety and that response to uncomfortable situations changed dramatically through Roxy starting to change the way she first of all thought about past lives. And someone going, you should get a reading. We're like, whatever, we're not scared. We'll check it out. And then, oh my God, look what's happened now. And for the better. So tell that story.
Yeah, so we got a past life reading late last year, 2019. And within there was all this crazy stuff. And I didn't even believe in past lives. I'm like, past lives? Like, my soul's been here before? That's like crazy. We're so rookie. Like, this is just, we've had this supercharged awakening. So everything that we hear is just like a little bit woo-woo. So we go in and we're a little bit curious and we investigate. So we both got a reading of our past lives, and the craziest thing got told to me. So alongside of this past life, I was doing some meditation and connecting, and I get loads of visuals in my meditations, and I follow the breadcrumbs along, and I come out of my meditation and I Google everything. So basically I was seeing a little girl board a big boat, like back in the 1980s, or I don't even know, like old fashioned, all this. And what happened was I drowned in the boat. So I was caught in the cabin and I couldn't get out. I couldn't get off the boat. So I attached it to the Titanic because I always felt like I was connected to the Titanic. Anyway, in this reading, I get this confirmed, and basically it was not the Titanic, it was a boat prior to the Titanic, and I suffered a drowning, and I was in fear, anxiety, stressful situation. And so ever since, I guess, I was, a teenager, probably going into my early 20s, I'd be at the office at work and I'd get anxiety just being in a small meeting room. I'd wig out and I'd have to go to the toilet. I'd constantly uncomfortable in small confined spaces. It was very odd. Every situation I'd feel anxious and, I got to wee again. And so anyway, it was really nice to join the dots in this past life reading and realize that the pain of one of my past lives actually had now pulled through for me to work through in this lifetime. So since that, I went through a crazy amount of purging, which is crying and, going through those emotions again, and basically cleaning my vessel and getting myself as pure as I could, brought through that emotion, and I got rid of it. So now I don't have anxiety around small confined spaces. I didn't even wee once on the aeroplane when we went to America, which was awesome for a long trip. So, that just is completely gone. So I guess the past lives we didn't believe in, hey, Pete. Like, it was like a bit crazy. Anyway, so there's a few different past lives that came up in my reading, and it all began to click in. So with past lives, the most important thing to remember is if it's reoccurring or you're seeing visuals of something so weird when you do meditate and you are on this journey, it's important to remember to feel into it, because what's going to be coming through for your soul to clear through is the most significant past lives that have the most impression on you, whether it be bad or good. So you might receive a gift that comes through, like a channeling or a psychic, or just different gifts, energy healers. All these things can be pulled through with your soul, or the traumatic things that your soul actually still hasn't worked through. So for me, that was the anxiety from that particular past life of being on a boat like the Titanic. Crazy.
Yeah. So, and when you were talking too, you said 1980s. It's earlier than the 1980s.
Oh, sorry.
The 1800s, but yeah, I'm sure people get the idea. But that's such an amazing realization that you've had, because you've been able to, so in this life, so it's something that you can definitely, go back and go, I was like this, and now that feeling and that response is completely gone. And it came through clearing away a trapped emotion, and an emotion which, yes, may have happened and manifested itself in her past in this life, but that realization of how it actually could be at a soul level, something that had been able to work through and come through a few times, and now it's completely gone. And you just notice over and over now, you just don't respond physically in that manner, but then psychologically you don't get the anxiety. And I just think an amazing lesson of how once you start to do a little bit of research into yourself, you can realize that sometimes there's a lot going on below the surface than what we realize.
Yeah, definitely. There was many other things that came out in my reading as well, past lives, and it's so crazy to think that we have even walked on this planet before, and there's just no education around it. Like, when people start talking about it, you think, oh, these guys are a bit like woo-woo, but we're sophisticated business people, and this is happening to us. I mean, we don't look like the typical hippies that you could get on this journey, and it's really interesting, this whole thing. These other past lives come up for me to work through as well. Like, I was drawn to the Emerald Tablets, and I don't know if anyone even knows about the Emerald Tablets. They're like the most historic written evidence of Egyptian time and universal laws and the secrets of the universe. And apparently I was Thoth, I don't know if you know the man that wrote the Emerald Tablets. We couldn't even say his name there for a bit. Thoth. We'd muck around all the time. But basically, I was apparently his right-hand man back in the Egyptian times before, after Atlantis fell. And this is just crazy. We're going deep into history, Atlantis and Egypt and, ships sinking. It's just craziness.
But from that, you were able to pull out key takeaways that apply to your life now. I think that's a lesson for everyone else. I think that there can be things that come through that you don't understand. So if there's something going on in your life and you get a strong vision, or you have a strong dream that repeats itself over and over,
or a strong feeling.
Yeah, a strong feeling, and you've struggled to get clarity and understanding, and you'd like to learn more. Perhaps this is a way that you could get more understanding. Certainly for you, you've been able to get some takeaways that have changed you as a person in your day-to-day life today.
And it's expanded my consciousness, and it expanded your consciousness too. Like, we're not just born into this, world. Well, some people are here for the experience purely only for the first time, but many of us here on Earth at this great time has actually been here before. Crazy, sounds crazy, hey?
Yeah.
But it's all about you coming together now and being the best version of yourself, and pulling out those emotions and cleaning the vessel and being a light body to ascension, to awaken. And obviously you got to pull through those traumatic emotional baggage to do that. So Yeah, I hope this video helps you. And if you're interested in a past life reading, reach out to us and we can give you our lady, our contact. And of course, if you like it, like our video, don't forget to like it. Our little ring, our new little rhyme.
Just rolled off your tongue.
Just didn't really. You say it then. If you like it, like it.
If you like it, like it. And guys, thank you once again for the messages. If you've got friends or relatives who you think might be into this, please share and help us get up our subscribers, and we'll be back in contact with you with another video real soon. Bye.